I was wondering if we were going to be chatting with you. She's the best. I'm sure you talked to Dan a bunch, right?
I have never
Oh,
met
no,
Dan.
I don't
Nice
think
to
so.
meet
Wait,
you.
what?
Hi, Catherine. Hi.
Hey. Well, I'm just this for me doing this by myself, Jen. It's only been almost a year because I did the trivia beforehand.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But
Catherine and I
nice to
go
meet
way back, like way back. Yeah.
And we haven't met each other, but we feel like we have. So we're
Have
waiting
we
for that
not?
day for a real hug.
Ah,
We've never met in person.
We have never met in person. My fingers are crossed.
It'll happen.
I think so. I'm not worried. We'll definitely make it happen. Well, I'm so excited.
Oh,
oh,
wait, you're muted.
wait, you muted.
I hit the wrong thing.
You're perfect.
I know we got a quick 15 minutes, so let's dig right in. So, number one, I'm going to do an icebreaker question of what is your guys' favorite rom-coms?
Anything with Meg Ryan.
Okay.
Anything with Meg Ryan. Yeah.
Um, I think of one I like Bridesmaids. Does that count as a rom-com? It's more of a comedy, but
Sure.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I say my favorite one, and I'm gonna have to probably switch it up because it's always the same, but While You Were Sleeping,
Hmm.
Yes.
because it's the leaning, and I love the leaning scene, and then the family as the family just makes the comedy in that one. So that's always a favorite for me.
Just think
Nice.
Meg Ryan's perfection. I mean, she's the person who made me want to become an actress. So I love
Well,
doing those
absolutely.
movies because of that. Yeah.
So is it While You Were Sleeping for you then?
It's probably When Harry Met Sally, to be honest.
Okay.
I love that movie. Yeah.
Good choice.
I mean, they're all
Well,
good. Literally anything she's in is a yes for me. Yeah.
you're right. Actually, my favorite one is Kate and Leopold.
Oh, such a good movie. Yeah.
Yes. We'll have a whole separate conversation
Okay,
on
great.
those one day. Okay, well, let's jump in and talk about your characters. And so, can you just help me get to know your characters a little bit better and then their journey towards each other?
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. I play Ruby Robinson. She's a gemologist, a world-renowned gemologist, actually. And she has been hired by Prince Luca to come and restore the crown jewels of Gullion, which is a huge deal to her because Gullion is most world famous for their gems. But she is a classic fish out of water. Doesn't know when to curtsy, doesn't really know what a curtsy is, doesn't know if she should bow, doesn't know how to speak. It's just a lot of comedy, and she wants to follow the rules and honor everybody. She's really great at not just valuing gems but also valuing people. And what I love about Ruby is that no matter what someone's social status is, she has time for them and she sees them and she encourages them. I mean, I make friends with, for example, my taxi driver, even though the taxi driver's car breaks down and she makes her incredibly late for meeting the prince and the queen mother. So she's a really fun character to play. And I was, of course, delighted to work with Dan and this whole cast and crew again. So it's fun for me.
Uh, it was fun for me too. I played Prince Luca, and Prince Luca is the crown prince of Gullion, and
Mhm.
will soon become the king, and is trying to find a way to be his own person, it kind of in the shadow of his father being gone and his mother, the queen, expecting things to be done in a very specific way. She's very tradition oriented, and he has bigger ideas for kind of modernizing and for being more connected to the people of his country, and he has a big heart, wants to yeah, really wants to connect with the people around him, but isn't so interested anymore in being kind of rigid. Although then when he meets Ruby, I think he sees he's still a little bit stiff, but he's got a kind of there's a spark that happens between them, and it leads him to being even more playful and open, and they kind of, I think, are drawn to each other, and they bring something out in one another that's really lovely to see, and they kind of find a new path together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the interview. No, actually, I completely agree with you guys. I saw this movie, and my there's so many gems that I absolutely loved. I smiled my whole way through. But what my favorite thing is, you guys probably their characters probably have one of my favorite meet cutes in a long time. And of course, we
Yay!
get a little nod to what I like to call for rom-com for the holidays. So kudos on the heels, Jen, and the dirt road.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So I'm curious, for you guys, what makes a perfect meet cute? And then what was it about this one that really just made you guys shine and spark?
I love anytime there's physical humor in a meet cute. Physical humor that's done well is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. So, and we
It's
got like two meet cutes
You
basically,
did,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
which is really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's great when there's something that's destabilizing, if that's the right word, in a meet cute, where both people are sort of thrown off a little bit, because then
Mhm.
you're a bit more vulnerable, a bit more exposed. In the case of our first one, when we actually first meet, she's lost and flustered, and I'm surprised that somebody is like running or walking through my private grounds or whatever. But then I'm surprised that she doesn't know who I am. And so I decide to run with that, and I'm like, why did I decide to do that? Why did I decide to pretend to, not be the prince? And then we meet again a few moments
Months
later.
later.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say it wouldn't be a rom-com if you said you were the prince immediately, but I love as you guys are walking away, you're talking about the distance between kilometers and miles and all these things like the ad libs as you're walking away. It's perfect.
That's so funny. That was definitely an ad lib because
Oh yeah.
that was not in the script because I generally can remember lines if they're scripted, but I never know what I say if it's improv.
Yeah.
So that
As
was
you're walking
definitely
away with your suitcases, you're just like, oh, thank you. I just didn't know what it would be. And then the heels. I'm telling you, Jen, I gave you good kudos.
thanks.
Well, we see three mothers really guiding or trying to guide their children in this movie. And then we're seeing a lot of push and pull, of course, about duty and responsibility versus following your heart. I'm going to say that viewers have definitely noticed a shift in the tone of movies where we're really digging into actual more, I'm going to say it, real life meat. We're talking about things that are, not just, I don't want to say fluff, but you get what I'm saying. We're actually, there's high stakes in a lot of this stuff right now. So with the rom-coms, because you guys have had so many under your belt, what would you say creates a good balance between that really heartfelt, deep connections that everybody's searching for, and then the comedy aspect of a movie?
Hmm.
I think it's always just finding the reality
Yeah.
because life can be funny and you can have so many comedic moments in life. The person that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with, hopefully you laugh together. So there's that. But I think that if you're going to have any story worth telling, you have to have something that's relatable about it. And if you're going to have anything that's relatable, then you have to be willing to be vulnerable and transparent. And so I always like exploring the humanity of the characters and the scenes. And I was really happy to work with Dan because I think Dan does that very well. Dan's very transparent, and even though he's playing a prince, he's you can read what's going on. There's a lot of thoughts going on behind his eyes, and so that's always wonderful as an actor to have a scene partner like that. So I think aren't we both exploring that as an actor? Like we don't want to just read lines and
Mhm.
put people to sleep like and give them like I call these like lovingly I call these like fairy tale for adults, but like a good fairy tale, like the original fairy tales had a lot of depth.
Yeah.
And so they had a lot of humanity in them. And so I just appreciate whenever you can work with someone that finds that depth. And I think the audience does too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think to what you were saying about lately, maybe there's been a bit more emphasis on some real, real emotions and real relationships. I think in a script, I mean, it's got to start there. It's not enough for the characters to have obstacles that are exterior, like, oh, the plane's leaving at this time, or like, oh, the deadline for the newspaper article is this day. Those are real things and they add to
Mhm.
the motion of a movie. But what's what people really like to see is, yeah, what about relatable like interactions between people, and not just between two people who are falling in love and trying to figure out if they can make it work, but also the people in our lives. So, you know, what's a relationship like with a mother? And I think in this movie, I really like this aspect of it. We see three different mother-child relationships that illuminate different aspects of it. Some are more supportive, some are more, well, not controlling, but just like overbearing, wanting too much to keep your child safe, or wanting too much for your child to have the perfect life you've imagined for them. And that kind of stuff we can all connect with. We all have families of one kind or another. And so it's really nice to see those real dynamics get explored a little bit. And I think people can take that along with the light and the silliness and the comedy and the romance. I think you can have a movie that's got all that stuff in it together, and people appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. Because like you said, life is hard, and then but we've got to find our own joy in it. And so, and then when I see myself, it gives me hope in a way that I probably may not have had I not seen something work out for somebody else or whatever kind of a thing. And of course, I'm still waiting for my fairy tale, but God will provide when it's time, right, Jen?
Yes, amen.
It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
Well, I gotta say, George steals the show, in my opinion. What is that gentleman's name? Because it was not an IMDb.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know it's not on IMDb. Let me see if I can find it on our call sheets. I was looking
Oh.
for it the other day, but he was so wonderful, but we basically didn't talk. So so it's like
No,
I
I had some lovely conversations with him, like in our little tent outside the set, and we talked about theater and we talked about books. He was a really great guy, and I feel really terrible. I can't remember his name right now.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. But like George slash Fred, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was so fun, and what a champ to,
Yeah.
you know, to put up with all of my shenanigans and keep a straight face. I'm like
I know.
I was very impressed with him. I mean, very impressed. The whole cast was really great. And yeah, he was such a nice guy. Okay, I'm gonna
So
find
how
it.
much of that was scripted versus you, Jen, with that, especially with the like poking in and all those kind of little tidbits you gave it?
Yeah, I think I would say 75% scripted, 80% scripted, maybe 20% improv.
Okay.
Tim, his name is Tim.
Tim.
And I don't know, Tim Macon, maybe Machin. I'll leave that pulled up. I'll add him to IMDb. But he was great. His name was Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we only have 1 minute left, so I think this is very quick. We'll definitely have to get together again. Let me add on this question because I really thought that I really loved this portion too, because as you were saying, Jen, everybody wants to be seen, and it's very important that you're not your title, etc., kind of a person, like you are the person just and everything else is included in you. So, in honor of that beautiful gesture of giving gemstones, what is one word you guys would describe each other on a gemstone?
Oh.
Now we got to find a new word.
Oh, you've been asked.
Somebody did ask us this, and it was awesome. But it's such a good question. Listen, should we give the same answer, or should we come up with something new, throw them off? I would say Dan is dynamic Dan.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Dan
Generous,
is
generous Jen.
Yeah, generous Jen and dynamic Dan. Dan's very malleable. Like he can adjust to any scene. He's very dynamic. He's very interesting to watch. He's very interesting to work alongside. I mean, Dan also got to show a lot more comedy in this movie. And so that was really fun for me. I was like, I don't know. I guess I remembered you being really funny, but like I felt like you were particularly funny on this movie. And yeah, I don't know. We had so much fun. So
Yeah.
dynamic.
And I'd say generous. Jen is so generous with her energy and her time it really lights up a set because she's not just in her own mind doing her own thing. I mean, she's very focused and very professional, but also is like interacting with everyone in the crew, everyone in the cast, and giving and like curious and caring. And so, yeah, generous Jen.
Dynamic Dan. Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And I cannot wait for people to meet your guys' characters and to watch along with you guys on Saturday. So thanks for this time.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you so
Catherine.
much.
Bye.
See you soon,
Bye.
guys.